Hello and welcome to the Mesa Public Schools Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. That's strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. I'd now like to turn it over to our first school, California University of Pennsylvania.
Hello, Arizona. Welcome. My name is Amanda Magdick, Associate Director of Admissions from California University of Pennsylvania. And I am going to start you off with a quick video of CalU. Okay, now to tell you a little bit about California University, I am going to go ahead and hold on one moment. Of course, I've kind of messed up my media here. You think you have it all set, and then you don't. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and share with you a little bit about what campus looks like while I share with you some details of the university. So let me make sure all right. So California University of Pennsylvania is located just south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we are not affiliated with the state of California. We're actually in a town called California. So as you can see here, we are in a rural setting. We are surrounded by the Monongahela River, which is one of the 3 rivers that flow in through Pittsburgh. CalU was founded in 1852, and we are one of 14 universities in the state of Pennsylvania, which are state universities. CalU has 5,500 undergraduate students that attend. We also have about 2,000 graduate and doctoral students. So we are a full-blown university with majors anywhere from mechatronics engineering, commercial music technology, physical therapist assistant, veterinary technology, to traditional programs like social work, psychology, political science, and education. CalU has all new residence halls. They're all 2-bedroom and 4-bedroom suites. So our students don't share bathrooms with more than 2 people. And we have an award-winning student union, which has plenty of places for you to eat. We have our own movie theater. We have a fantastic gymnasium. And we have over 100 clubs and organizations at CalU, anywhere from Japanese animation to, if you want to have your own radio show, to intramural club sports and social Greek fraternities and sororities. Let me go ahead and exit out of here. And I will share with you our tuition and fees. CalU is, if you look here at my cursor, we are looking at roughly $25,000 a year for out-of-state students. includes tuition, room, board, and fees. So this is a standard meal plan and a standard room with a 2-person bedroom and 1 bathroom. If you take a look over here to your right at the Vulcan Merit Scholarship, starting at a 3.0 GPA, you're eligible to receive up to $2,000 a year. Now, what is not listed here is our out-of-state scholarship, which is worth $2,500 a year. So if you have a 3.0 GPA, add on an additional $2,500 here, okay? And then one last thing I'd like to go ahead and share is our application to apply. You can apply if you are seniors or a transfer right now. You can apply at calu.edu/apply. The fee waiver code is EVCALU. If you are a junior or sophomore, or maybe even a first freshman, you can scan this barcode or follow this link to just start getting information on us. So you can go ahead and click that with your camera, or go ahead and screenshot this, and that will give you a little bit of information about CalU. So otherwise, I think that is it. I'm probably good to go. All right, bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to all of our participants, if you have questions for any of our schools here today, feel free to use that Q&A function on your screen at any time, and our schools will be here to answer your questions. Up next, we have Lafayette College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Louise Frazier. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Lafayette. I have the pleasure of recruiting in New York City. I have New Jersey, Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. So a little bit of everywhere. And I'm super excited to be with you tonight. So I'm going to share my screen and just talk through a few slides, given that our timing. All right, here we go. So I'd like to think that L is for Louise, but it's certainly not. It is for Lafayette College, and the person peeking through is not me. It is the Marquis de Lafayette. So our namesake was a 19-year-old Frenchman who basically defied the wishes of his king and went to fight in a war for causes he believed in. He was known as one of our first abolitionists and suffragists, and on his family crest were the words Kernon. Kernon is Lafayette College's motto. It means why not in Latin. It is everything to this college. And so, you know, our motto really is exemplified in students who push boundaries, who are bold, who, if you are interested in engineering and art, then who said you should not be able to study both? And so why not study both? And so that speaks to the heart of our campus. We are a small liberal arts college located in Easton, Pennsylvania. We are known, we are unique for an engineering program that is ranked 12th in the nation, and also research. Our number is 2,707 undergraduate students. We do not have graduate students on campus. As you can see, we have students from everywhere, 46 states, 58 countries. We are a residential college, and so 97% of our students live on campus. There are 36 housing options and 9 dining options. So for a small place, there's a lot going on there. There are about 200 clubs on campus, and anywhere from literary clubs, arts clubs, cultural clubs, political clubs, engineering clubs, outdoor adventure, you name it, it probably exists there. In terms of academic, there are 59 areas of study. You could major, double major, major and minor. You could curate your own major, which speaks to the Kernon spirit. In the classroom, our student to faculty ratio is 10:1, and our average class size is about 19 students. So you could be in a class with 5 students. You could also be in a class the largest class size is probably about 80 students. As you can see, we are Division I athletics with 23 sports. We are located in Easton, Pennsylvania. So we are about an hour and a half drive from New York City and another big city, Philadelphia. We are home to the Crayola crayon. We are home to the oldest farmers market in the country. And we're home to a lot of festivals, food festivals and things like that. We have a Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship called the Dyer Center, where students' innovation and creativity comes to life. And so through this program here, we have a tech clinic where their students are solving real world problems, which are sponsored by either governments or companies. Very quickly, there's a lot of mentorship from professors and faculty members. There's an Excel Scholars Program where students are conducting research with faculty members, being paid to do so, housed while they're doing that. And if a professor presents nationally, then a student will be part of that team presenting. Same thing if they're published, the student becomes part of that team. It's a pretty good bonus. We have a Gateway Career Center where students are assigned an advisor who will bring experiences to what they're learning in the classroom. And then finally, we are a common application school. We require a transcript, 2 recommendations. We are test optional and interviews are optional. In terms of financial aid, we meet 100% demonstrated need, which is super important to ask. And there are merit scholarships that you do not need to apply for. Applying to the college is what you do, and scholarships, the merit team is pretty much keeping an eye on that. I'm trying to think of anything else very quickly. If you are considering Lafayette, I would suggest an interview. They are virtual. They are done and conducted by a student on campus. And so it's a perfect opportunity to have a great conversation with someone who is living the experience and ask your questions. All right, so I will stop there and turn the floor over.
Thank you so much. And a quick reminder to our participants, you can use that Q&A function to ask questions of our schools here at any time. Up next, we have Emmanuel College.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Just share my screen here. All right. So hello, my name's Emily. I am one of the Senior Assistant Directors of Admissions here at Emmanuel College. I am also an alum. There we go. We can see the full screen now. I am an alum of Emmanuel. I graduated in 2015 and then again in 2020 with my master's from Emmanuel. So I definitely know what it's like to be a student here. So to give you kind of a brief overview of where we are located in Boston. More specifically, we are in the Fenway area. So we're right down the street from Fenway Park where the Red Sox play. And unfortunately, we didn't make it all the way, but we came close. We came very close, but better luck next season. We're also in the Longwood medical area of Boston. So we have Boston Children's Hospital. We have Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, just to name a couple. We're really in a hospital mecca, but Boston's a very walkable city, very easy to get around. So we're lucky to have a campus right in the city of Boston. We have grass, we have trees. We're about 17 acres of campus. So you kind of have the best of both worlds where it's kind of like a rural campus in an urban setting. We're about 1,800 undergraduate students, and we are a liberal arts school. So regardless of your major, you're going to be taking classes in all sorts of disciplines. All those majors are split into these 5 schools you see on the screen. The only school that you apply directly into is our nursing program. Otherwise, you do have until March of your sophomore year to officially declare your major. So you can certainly come in with the idea of biology or art therapy or psychology. but it doesn't become official until your sophomore year. We have advisors to help you through that process. And once you declare a major, you then get a major specific advisor. We have 16 Division III sports, which I'll talk about in a minute. We have housing for all 4 years for our students. And the big thing that we like to talk about at Emmanuel is internships. So every student at Emmanuel completes an internship, again, regardless of your major. These are all of our majors listed up here, just so you guys can take a peek. So regardless of the major that you are pursuing, you will be getting off campus and doing an internship. So what does that look like? So for our nursing students, we have them doing their clinicals. We have them doing, them in some of the best hospitals right in the city. We have our education students doing student teaching in local schools. And then we also have students at Harvard Medical School doing research. We have students doing research on campus and off campus. We have students interning at Fidelity Investments. We have them interning at startup companies and nonprofit organizations. So we really stress at Emmanuel that we want you to get off campus and really experience your discipline. So as I mentioned, we have 16 Division III sports. If you are not necessarily looking to compete at that level, we do have about 100 clubs and organizations on our campus. It really stems from all sorts of different clubs, from music clubs to cultural clubs to we have a business club, a psychology club. Basically, all of our programs have extracurricular activities. So, all of our majors are able to be in the classroom setting with their peers, but also they're able to do their major in an extracurricular club. But there's really so much to name. And we're actually part of a consortium that's called the Colleges of the Fenway. So students are able to take classes, do extracurricular activities, use their facilities at 5 total schools. So Emmanuel, Simmons University, Wentworth Institute of Technology, Massachusetts College of Art and Design, and Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. So students are able to take classes, they're able to do extracurricular activities at a total of 5 schools, all within walking distance of each other. So just to briefly go over our application requirements, we are on the Common App and it is free to apply. It's automatically free. As long as you click our box on the Common App, there will be no fee. Application essay, just pick one of those prompts on the Common App. Obviously your transcripts from all high schools attended, and if you're a transfer student, we'll need your college transcripts as well. 2 letters of recommendation. And then one thing I really want to point out is that we are test optional. We have been test optional for quite a while before COVID hit. It's probably been about 7 or 8 years. The difference with that though is that we are requiring test scores of nursing students. So if you do have questions about that, please feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to go over specific information about nursing applications. And then interviews are always encouraged, but certainly not required. But we do love when students come to campus or virtually tell us more about their application and about their interests. And then on our screen, we do have our deadlines. So November 1st, December 15th, those are our early action deadlines and they're non-binding. So students do not need to commit to us. We would love to have you, but you do not need to commit. For nursing students, we highly suggest you apply on the earlier side. Otherwise, you can apply early action 1, 2, or regular decision. It truly doesn't matter to us. So that was a very brief overview of Emmanuel. It's hard to do it in 6 minutes, but I think I did okay. But if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer your emails. My email's down at the bottom. But thanks so much and have a good rest of your night. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Bowdoin College.
Perfect. Thank you all for joining tonight. Let me go ahead and share my screen and go ahead, oops, and get going. There it goes. Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm an Associate Dean of Admissions at Bowdoin College. So thank you so much for taking some of your evening out to join us. I do read for Arizona and New Mexico, as well as the state of Illinois. So first off, to introduce you to the college, this is a picture of our academic quad. Our historic campus is connected by roughly 210 acres, connected by a network of busy paths. We are, like others here, a small liberal arts college, meaning that we do not have any graduate students, and we are a population of about 2,000. We're located in Brunswick, Maine, so we are rather far up there away from Arizona, but we do welcome students from all over the country who fly directly into our jetport here. Like I said, we have about 2,000 students, but really what life here is about meeting lifelong friends and making sure that you're in it together. We're located in the town of Brunswick, and our hometown really provides everything we need. We have great coffee, great local restaurants and cafes. We have accommodations for your family, and just a minute's walk off of campus, we have an Amtrak and a bus station that can take students down to Portland, which is Maine's biggest city, or down to Boston in just about 2.5 hours. Students can have cars, but this is actually all very walkable. This is downtown Brunswick, complete with gelato, and some of our favorite places to eat. We really think that you can't start talking about Bowdoin without covering our location. This is a picture of our Schiller Coastal Study Center, which is a 120-acre piece of land located directly on the Gulf of Maine. This is an example of research that our students can be doing throughout their time here, and also a really good picture of our average class size here at the college. The Gulf of Maine is an extraordinary place to be doing research. Not only is it beautiful, as you can see in this facility, we just completed a $10 million renovation for brand new wet labs and dry labs. It's also home to our sailing team and a number of networked hiking paths. But the Gulf of Maine is also a really incredible place for our students to get hands-on experience in environmental studies, looking at climate change, looking at invasive species, and all of those really interesting things. We also have, for the summer, for some summer research, we have the Kent Island Biological Field Station, which is located off the coast of Canada for our students to study as well. But we also do have winter. Our location on Mid-Coast Maine is famous for having all 4 beautiful seasons, which means that we see not only winter when we traditionally create an ice rink in the middle of our quad, but all of our license plates do say vacation land in looking towards the summer when we have many, many out-of-state visitors. But more than that, one of the foundations of our education, and one that we talk about in every single one of these presentations, is that we foundationally believe from our first president, Joseph McKean, that Bowdoin was founded to benefit the common good. Our foundational belief when we were founded over 200 years ago was that college shouldn't only benefit the people who get to go there, but also that Bowdoin was founded to benefit the common good. Our foundational beliefs are that a Bowdoin education is not about making your life easier, but it's about making society and our world better. And it's something that we've stuck to for all this time. That means that in our classrooms, we are collaborative and not at all competitive. As a liberal arts college with just under 2,000 students, it's really important to us that our students learn across disciplines and with each other. We also have a big focus on faculty collaboration and relationships, making sure that our students are able to talk to faculty and have that hands-on experience in and out of the classroom, in the dining hall, at lectures, and at events. So what do we look for in your college application? We distill it down to this very simple diagram. On the left side, we have grades, and on the right side, we have heart. What I always describe this diagram is when we read your application, we are looking for the answers to 2 questions. 1, can the student be academically successful here at the college? And 2, if so, what kind of roommate will they be? We are a competitive environment, or we do have competitive admissions rather, not a competitive, we are collaborative, but it is a competitive admissions process. But the 2 things that we do not look at, 1 is income. We are a need blind college, meaning that your family's ability to pay for a Bowdoin education will never impact your admissions decision. We also meet full demonstrated need with no loans packaged within that. And the other thing that we do not look at is test scores. We have been test optional since 1969. We were the first college or university in the country to go test optional, and we foundationally believe that we do not need test scores to determine whether or not you can be successful here at the college. To finish off, we have a poem that goes along with our application to the college. We are on the Common App, the Coalition app, and we are a QuestBridge partner school. But this is a poem that makes up part of our optional supplement, describing the experience that we hope that our students have at Bowdoin after they complete their 4 years. That was me talking very quickly. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat, but it was very nice to meet you, and thank you so much for taking some of your evening.
Thank you so much. And up next, we have University of Connecticut.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenny. I'm going to share my screen. Oops. All right. Great. Well, thank you all for joining. My name is Caitlin Wilcox-Perry. I'm one of the admission officers at the University of Connecticut. I am responsible for all of these lovely states, including Arizona. So if you do have any questions after the presentation is over, I will put my email in the chat. It's also available on our website at any time as well. So at the University of Connecticut, we are a mid-sized public university. We have around 24,000 undergraduate students, but that is spread across 5 different campuses. And if you're wondering where UConn is or where Connecticut may be, we are in the heart of the Northeast, so we do experience all 4 seasons. Our main campus is located in a small town called Storrs, Connecticut, and we do have regional campuses in Hartford, Waterbury, Avery Point, and Stamford. Typically, when I speak to out-of-state students, I kind of focus most of my presentation on Storrs. One, because majority of our students are here. So 19,000 of those 24,000 students I mentioned are at the Storrs campus, with the remaining 5,000 kind of sprinkled amongst the other campuses. So Storrs is conveniently located in the northeastern part of the state. We are about an hour and a half from Boston, about 2.5 hours from New York City. And we are considered a rural town, a rural campus. If you ever get to come and visit us, the first thing that you'll probably notice is our huge farm that we have. We started as a school of agriculture back when we were founded, and it's still a really big part of our campus community. And it's also sprinkled into some of our academic programs as well. We have farm animals, farm facilities, and we actually have our own dairy bar at UConn where we make our own ice cream. And with our campus population, even though we are in that rural setting, we're very much still a college town, lots of things to do at nights and on the weekends. So we are not like a suitcase school. Students are staying on campus, choosing to live on campus all 4 years. And like I said, there are a lot of different things to do. And everything that you need is within walking distance. We have multiple coffee shops, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks locations. We have multiple restaurants, Blaze Pizza, Muya Burgers and Fries, just to name a few. And we also have Barnes & Noble, CVS, and a 7-Eleven on our campus as well. So a lot of really awesome places to visit. And if you are looking for that city life, Hartford is not too far from us. It's about 30 minutes from our Storrs campus. And jumping into the academic programs, we have over 115 majors, over 320 minors and concentrations. So a lot of options for students to choose from. Our top most known programs are going to be in the School of Business, Nursing, and Engineering. And we also do offer some unique academic opportunities through our special programs in medicine, dental medicine, law, and education, where students have the opportunity to earn both their undergraduate degree and their graduate degree with us at UConn. Majority of our students, though, are enrolled in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, so psychology, communication, bio, pre-med, political science. Those are all really popular programs at UConn. And if you're not sure exactly what you'd like to do, you're more than welcome to come in undecided. About a quarter of our students do that. We have a great team in our Academic Center for Exploratory Students who work with our undecided students, help them figure out what their interests are, what careers you're looking to go into, and they help them kind of figure out how those align to the majors that we offer. So most students are able to declare by the end of their sophomore year and still graduate on time. And our student faculty ratio is 16:1. Average class size is around 30 to 35 students. So even though we are a bigger campus, we definitely still have that smaller campus feel within the classroom. And as you dive deeper into your academic program, that class size goes down as well. And at UConn, our students have a lot of school spirit. We have 21 NCAA Division I teams, 23 national championships across all of our D1 teams. So our students love cheering on the Huskies. All of our athletic events are free for students to attend. We also do have over 700 different clubs and organizations. We have Greek life, sororities and fraternities. We have a skydiving club, a cappella groups, dance groups, and really so much more. So there is truly something for everyone here at UConn. We also do understand the importance of hands-on learning opportunities in the form of internships, co-ops, shadowing, and more. And so every year we have over 700 companies on our campus actively recruiting our students. Study abroad is also very common amongst our students, over 200 experiences for that alone. And you can do that when it's convenient for you. We offer the typical semester-long trips, but we also offer short-term trips during winter break and spring break and summer break as well. Quickly through the application process at UConn, we do a holistic review. So we look at every single piece of your application to make our decisions, not just your academic information. And this holistic review also applies to our scholarship and honors program. So there is no separate application required. UConn is also test optional. We went test optional last year, and it will be continued through the fall 2023 admission cycle. After that, we will reevaluate, and so more to come on if that will be a forever thing at UConn. But with that, no student will be disadvantaged or negatively impacted if they choose not to submit. So truly test optional across the board, and we don't need them for any competitive programs, nor do we need them for scholarship or honors. So test optional across the board. So my time is coming to an end, but if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. We also have some great resources on our website. I'll put that in the chat. And if you're ever going to be in the area, you can schedule a campus tour on our website at any time. But thank you so much for your time, and I hope you all have a great night.
Thank you so much. We have some time now for some Q&A. So I'll ask all of our schools to come back on camera now, and we'll go in the same order, just round robin. So our first question for the night is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Your little nuggets of wisdom for our participants here today. We'll start with California University of Pennsylvania.
I think the best thing is, especially for juniors, you know, don't limit yourself. Go full on with the craziest of ideas. If you're in Arizona, then look to Bowdoin, look to the other side of the country, look to Alaska. And then by senior year, really start to narrow it down. I mean, then we need to start looking into the realistic means of things. Bowdoin could, look, I should be working for Bowdoin right now. Just thinking that, you know, start narrowing it down and looking at the realistic means of things. The tuition, does it have my major? Is this going to work out for me altogether? And, you know, no college may have that one exact match. You know, it may not hit all those check marks, but, you know, most of us are going to hit quite a few of those. So, and don't forget about the virtual open houses. I do know that I put in my chat about our virtual open house. Especially, you know, being a bit of a distance, obviously, from Arizona, check out the virtual options first before you plan, you know, to do that face-to-face. So anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Lafayette.
So I think the one piece of advice I would give is that as you start to approach your application and think about the application, please keep in mind that the enormity of who you are could never fit in an application. Like, I think it's very challenging. The process itself is already challenging, and you want admissions officers to know just about everything they could know about you, but you really can't put awesome in an application. And so, you know, we want to get glimpses of you. We want to just know what you care about. What's important to you is important to us, because authenticity is really paramount in this process. And so, you know, thousands could choose the same essay. And as long as yours is authentic to you and what you care about and what you believe, it's going to shine in that way. So that's my little bit of advice.
Geez, and I have to follow that? Wow. Okay. That's tough to follow. So yeah, completely agree with both my colleagues. I would also say now that things are opening up and, obviously with still strict guidelines, and if you feel comfortable, I would just really suggest visiting. If you have the opportunity and are able to, visit, I highly suggest you go and visit. There's nothing like stepping on the campus that you belong to. You get that feeling, trust me. So if you can, I would definitely step foot on that campus.
We're winding down the advice. Mine would be, I think, similar to Amanda's. Just give yourself the freedom to change your mind. I think that a lot of people enter this process with a dream school or a dream major or a dream program, and sometimes things don't work out. And I think giving yourself the room to change your mind as you go to events like this is probably one of the really important things to sort of keeping your sanity throughout the college application process.
Yes, great advice from all of my colleagues here. Not much to add to that, but what I will say is that I think a common, misconception of college admissions is that we're all just intimidating people that don't care to talk to students, and that couldn't be more far from the truth. We are open and willing to chat with students, families, counselors, whenever they need it. And so if you do have, specific questions to you as a student that you'd like answered, don't hesitate to reach out to a counselor at, any of the colleges that you're interested in. And I think also with COVID, the one good thing that came out of the pandemic was that all of us have really increased our virtual experiences for students, and a lot of information is available on our website, info sessions, things like that. So if you're not able to fit in a visit or an interview or an in-person visit, our websites are really great resources just to even begin your search. So yeah, that would be my advice.
Thank you so much, everyone. That's fantastic advice. And I hear that a lot, that admissions counselors get that reputation for being scary. So I think we'll try to change that here with these panels. And yeah, definitely the one thing that I hear over and over is that you're here to help. That's your job, is to help students. And so, for everyone watching, that you have one takeaway: talk to your admissions reps at all these schools that you're interested in. They really can answer your questions and help you narrow down that search process. So we have time, I think, for another question. So we'll go with this one. Let's see, it's a fun one here. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? So you have a little more time now to plug your school. If you have a fun fact or just something you really want students to walk away remembering about your school, we'll just go round robin in the same order.
Thank you, Jenny. With California University of Pennsylvania, again, located in Pennsylvania, just south of Pittsburgh, we are very much that we're a bit of a gritty school. We have beautiful facilities. We just did a $10 million renovation to our engineering and STEM labs, but our community of students, we embrace that Western Pennsylvania culture, which is very much, we will take the shirt off our back for you. And I find that is our student community, our population. They work very hard, and they will do very many things for their coworkers, for their peers, for their colleagues, and it's a neat thing. And I'm very proud of that. I've been working at CalU for about 20 years now, and I can honestly say that our student body is really sincerely a genuine family-oriented community. They work hard, they do research, they do internships, they do study abroad. but they think of their student body and their peers as number one, and looking out for them. So it's a pretty cool thing, and I'm proud to say that of our community. Thank you.
So one thing I would want students to remember about Lafayette College is the motto, Kernon. It sounds so cheesy on the surface, right? Like Kernon, people are just saying Kernon, but it really, really speaks to the heart of the community, what students are doing, pushing the envelope, and really stepping out of your own way, stepping out of your own comfort zone and trying new things. And Lafayette is a place where you can try new things safely and boldly and really transform. So yes, Kernon is it.
Awesome. So for Emmanuel, I have to stress the location. We're right in the city of Boston. Boston's such a great city. I'm definitely biased. I grew up there, but it's an awesome city. And I mean, there's so many different colleges as well. So even if you come for a weekend to come visit a couple colleges, you have to come to Emmanuel, but you can go and visit other colleges too. It's just a great place to learn and explore. And it's really something to think about when you are thinking about internships and employment and, extracurricular activities and being able to go off campus and are there things around you? Do you want to be on campus more often? Do you want to go off campus and walk around the city? So it's really something that we look at Boston as our classroom and our playground at the same time.
There we go. I would say I talked a little bit about in my presentation about the common good and the idea of it, and it doesn't have to just be like a really lofty idea. My running joke / example is always about our food. We have some of the best campus food in the nation. And the reason behind that, I genuinely say, is because of the common good. As a small liberal arts college, our residential life community is really, really important to us. And the way that you keep students in your dining halls and in your residence halls is to feed them well. And so we have 2 dining halls. Over 90% of our students stay on the dining plan for all 4 years. And I genuinely foundationally believe that that's because we decided that we wanted our students to enjoy each other and to make sure that they were sticking around in our dining halls. And the result of that has been that our staff and faculty and their families come to our dining halls very routinely as well. And so Bowdoin really does feel like home for our staff, faculty, and students during and after their classes.
One thing that I think, a few things. At UConn, we have a lot of really awesome traditions. So even though we are a larger school, we definitely still have those activities and events that make our campus feel like a really awesome community. One of our traditions being Husky-thon, which is one of our volunteer service events. It's a completely student-run event, and our students get together to raise money for the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. And it kind of all ends with this 18-hour dance marathon. They have some of the patients from the Connecticut Children's Medical Center attend. We have, students from all different clubs and organizations that are a part of this fundraiser. So it's a really awesome event. In this past year, they raised a little over $1.5 million for the event. So it's a huge success. It's something that's been a tradition at UConn for a while. I always tell students, if they choose to come to UConn, that will probably be a part of your experience. And it's really special to our students. So that's one really cool tradition. We also do have a dairy bar. I mentioned that in my presentation, where we make our own ice cream. And we have this event called 1 Ton Sunday, where our dairy bar brings gallons of ice cream to the student union. They hand out little buckets and shovels for students to fill with ice cream toppings. It's right before finals week. So it's perfect timing for a lot of our students who don't have time to make it to the dining hall because they're studying so much. And that's also a really cool tradition that we have at UConn as well.
Fantastic. That sounds like so much fun. I'm excited. I want to visit all of your institutions. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. That does conclude our session here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule to sign up for more sessions, both today and tomorrow. And you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. Thank you so much and have a great evening.